because we do have Johnny Zest as our neighbor, because you know he's going to be knocking on your door every minute. So, you know, Johnny Zest doesn't annoy you. To protect yourself from Johnny Zest, don't worry, guys. I got you. Johnny Zest, you can just kick him out here and he can hang by the pool instead. Hey y'all, it's your girl Zoe, and today we're doing another Sims 4 speed build. I know, all I'm uploading lately is Sims 4 content. Like I said, it's new year, new me, 2020, coming out y'all with the Sims 4 upload. But don't worry, I'll upload other videos as well soon. But in light of the tiny living stuff pack that just came out, here's another tiny home build that I just finished. So I hope you enjoy this modern tiny home speed build. Alright, so you can see that I pre-planned the layout of the build off camera. And originally I had these railings on top of the roof, but as I kept just looking at it, it looked too industrial. It wasn't giving me that luxurious vibe I was trying to go for. So instead of the railings on the roof, I ended up with the half walls on top of the roof with the wood paneling. I just felt like this gave it more of a modern contemporary vibe, and I thought that it would be more fitting with the items that came with the tiny living stuff pack. So the first room we're going to build is the living room area, which could be / also a guest bedroom or a second bedroom, because we're using one of the Murphy beds. And look, I'm sorry that I'm only uploading Sims 4 tiny builds at the moment, but this tiny living stuff pack just came out, so I'm still really excited from it just launching, and I'm just trying to jump on the bandwagon with every other Sims YouTuber and just oversaturate my channel with tiny living builds. So here we are. And I'm still trying to, dip my big toe in the water and become a Sims 4 content creator. Honestly, Sims is my favorite game of all time. I've been playing this game since I was 6. Really show my age. But since the year 2000, I've been playing this game. And yeah, it's just one of my favorite games of all time. The possibilities are endless. Bear with me if you only see Sims 4 content. I'm thinking about making a second channel and doing my storytime videos in my second channel. But let me know how y'all feel about that, if you would be interested in seeing that on a second channel. So let me know. As I'm mapping out the layout of the living room, I was indecisive of what to put in this corner. So me being basic, I ended up putting an easel just because I had no idea what else to put. For a second, I was thinking about putting that periodic table in the corner to, be a little different. So if you're into science, or if you want your sim to become a scientist, you could totally do that. Or you could just be basic like me and just put an easel in the corner like everyone else. But this pretty much wraps up the living room area, and but you know what? I don't think I did half bad. Going on with the kitchen, I was thinking about using the same, what are these things called, countertops, as I did in my last build, but I ended up with the white swatch just because I thought that gave it more of a modern contemporary vibe. Putting the appliances in the kitchen, I have my fridge, and then it is time for the stove. And I ended up putting my stove beside the fridge. And I was really thinking about just keeping it there, because I was like, should I do that again? Should I really disappoint Plumbella? Should I not listen to Plumbella and her mother?
Do not be putting your cookers next to your fridges, because then your fridge has to work extra hard.
But I was like, okay, you know what? I did that in the last build. Let me not do this again. We have plenty of room this time. There's no reason for me not to separate a countertop in between the fridge and the cooler. You're welcome, Plumbella. I took your advice this time. And since this kitchen had a lot of space still, I ended up using the tiny living high top table with the high top chairs, and I chose the yellow swatch just to brighten up the kitchen a little bit, and I thought the yellow was kind of perfect for the a sunny atmosphere of Oasis Springs. This about wraps up the kitchen, and as I try to attempt to decorate it with random items. So going up to the final room, here's where the main bedroom and the bathroom's gonna be. So instead of using a 1x1 bathroom as I have done in the past builds, I decided to go with like an open floor plan and have a 2-tile bathroom. Still sticking with the blue and yellow color scheme, I wanted to showcase the other bed that came with the Tiny Living Stuff Pack, and then use the other items that I did not use in my previous tiny home builds. And just putting the desk in the corner. And then to decorate the place, I decided to put this little plant beside the desk. But because I already used that plant, I was like, oh, let me try this other plant out. And then I was like, wait a minute. Let me try this other plant out. And then here we are, guys. I had like a triple piece plant set. Oh my God. Am I a genius? Like, this is a masterpiece.
A masterpiece.
And literally, it's just like 3 plants shoved up beside each other in a corner. But to me, this is like a masterpiece. Like, this is the most like inventive thing I've ever done, because like I am not a builder. I literally just jump into the gameplay. So like for me, it's Van Gogh. For y'all, it's just basic. But can we expect anything else from me? Thankfully, since this is a glass house, we did have one wall, our one savior wall, that I was able to put those cute little pictures that came with the Tiny Living Stuff Pack. Because I would have been kind of sad if I wasn't able to put those up, because those are just so darn cute. But yeah, so this is pretty much it, and you really could stop here. But because I wanted to utilize just a little extra space, because we did have a whole rooftop that we could utilize, I was like, okay, let me build a little awning area, and just make sure you delete the rooftop tiles so it does not count. So I ended up with a chess table and then a little seating area. And in the corner, I decided to put some garden pots in here, just in case if your sim has a green thumb. And the end table where you can put your little seeds and plant stuff on top of the end table. Of course, we got to include the Baby Yoda, the master of all gnomes. Like, I love Baby Yoda so much. Like, literally, Baby Yoda is life. You cannot tell me otherwise. Since we have a little garden up here, who better than Baby Yoda himself to protect the little garden from all the other gnomes? And I think I want to put Baby Yoda as a little surprise in all my builds. What do y'all think? Should Baby Yoda be in my builds? Let me know. This about wraps up my speed build, so stay tuned for my tour where we go around the lot and show off each of the rooms that I built. Starting the tour, you can see I did a little bit of landscaping in the front, not too much, because I am not the best landscaper, I will be completely honest, but, you know, I spruced up things just a little bit so they didn't look so bare. Let's start with the kitchen, which is the first room that you can enter from this lot. Just imagine waking up and having your breakfast in this room and just looking out to all this beautiful desert and like the dinosaur of their farm. So beautiful, guys. With my attempt at decorating, this is basically the end result of the kitchen. And I have a few pop of colors with the blue and yellow. So not much to this tour, but this is what we ended up with. So when you walk outside, past your Oasis Springs mailbox, and then you'll go into... So I don't know if you could tell, but we have the white, yellow, and blue color scheme. Now, we do have a slight difference of the wood paneling, just because the light wood swatches that were on the Murphy bed and bookcase didn't have the exact baby blue, like the turquoise blue. It was like a darker blue, and that dark blue just was off-putting and didn't match the turquoise blue. So I ended up going with the darker swatch with the turquoise blue, so all the cushions and all the furniture can match instead of the wood matching. And we have our basic easel in the corner. And yeah, so your Sims still have plenty of room and the bed will come down and cover the ottoman. 2 Sims still can sleep in here, or you can just use this room as the living room. Going up the 3 flights of stairs, which I love this little stair layout. So you'll get into the bedroom. So we have the 2x1 open bathroom layout. I sized down the toilet and the sink. Your Sims still are able to use everything, but instead of using the university shower, because I wanted to use the base game shower, I put that right beside it. So everything's functional and your Sim will use everything in the bathroom. And off camera, I decorated just a little bit more. So if you guys have movie hangout, the movie hangout curtain, look how perfect the curtain tied into the color scheme. So if you want to add that curtain, you might as well get that stuff pack, but I will delete it for the upload to the gallery. So we have our little desk with our masterpiece plants, the double bureau, so your Sims can have some extra shelving units, the bookcase, and then the twin bed that came with the tiny living stuff. So yeah, I could definitely see like a tech guru Sim living here, or maybe even like an up-and-coming actor, living here. So like, not only does this build like totally fit the Oasis Springs vibes, but you could totally put this lot into Del Sol Valley and you could have like an actor living here, because this is totally giving me bachelor pad vibes. And then just to utilize the roof area, under the awning, we have the chess table, an extra seating, and then the little gardening corner with baby Yoda protecting his garden. And then, because we do have Johnny Zest as our neighbor, because you know he's going to be knocking on your door every minute, I did build an outside hangout area, decent sized pool, and then you have your cookout and bar area. If you do have the tiny living stuff pack, you probably noticed your Sims honestly don't like hanging out in the tiny rooms. Like if there's more than one Sim, your Sims will just go outside and then like talk to them there. So if you have Johnny Zest popping up on your doorstep, you and Johnny Zest can like totally hang out in this backyard with the pool and the cookout area. So I thought this was just like a cute little extra bonus for your Sims to hang out in, so you know Johnny Zest doesn't annoy you in your living quarters. So you can just like kick him outside and he can just like chill in the bar by himself. So just in case, to protect yourself from Johnny Zest, don't worry guys, I got you. Johnny Zest, you can just kick him out here and he can hang by the pool instead. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed watching my modern tower tiny house. I honestly didn't know what else to call this build. It's still considered a tiny house with the 59 tiles, and I just love the modern contemporary style of this build. I just think that it fits really well in Oasis Springs, and I'm just like, honestly, once again, I am not a Sims 4 builder, but I'm pretty proud of myself with this build. This is probably one of the best builds I've made so far in the Sims game. And I definitely wanted to showcase the Tiny Living Stuff Pack. This will be uploaded to the gallery. All you need is the base game and then the Tiny Living Stuff Pack if you want to utilize all the stuff that came with that pack. Check out my other Sims 4 content videos and more gameplay videos in the future. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see y'all later. T-dubs.